What's going on, everyone? It's your boy Brandon again. So, if you've been looking at what's going on in the market, many people are panicking right now. Many people are like losing it. The market is a complete wreck. It's a complete bloodbath. Like, people are hitting me up and like, Brandon, why am I losing everything? And rightfully so. You're supposed to be angry. There's a difference between being angry and being rattled. I'm not rattled. I'm more annoyed and angry, and I'll get into that later on in the video. But if you've been following me, every time a situation like this occurs, I give people the same advice. Your core stocks, these are the time in which you buy. Apple, JP Morgan, although it's a little bit high right now, Visa, my core personally, these are what I buy in situations like this. This is why I always have cash on the side for times like this. Great buying opportunity, because guess what? Your core stocks, they're not going to be cheaper 5, 6 years later. They're going to be way more expensive, especially now that the economy is starting to pick back up. Everything is going to be way more expensive a few years from now. So this is a time that you buy. However, as I mentioned, it's a bloodbath, right? And the reason why I tell people to buy is because I'm a fundamental analysis. I'm not a technical analyst. I do not look at what the market is necessarily doing short term. I study the company first, look at its customer acquisition, its debt to income ratio, things of that nature, its assets, and I make my decision. That is why I'm always right. Every stock that I've put out, I've always been right about them. I may get the timing off, but over time, always been right about them because I look at the fundamentals first. The fundamentals of the American economy are fine. It is just that it's being manipulated. And because it's being manipulated, there is a lot of fear, uncertainty, doubt, a lot of uneasiness going on right now. But don't fear. So right now I'm going to talk about the market manipulation, why I'm upset, and why you shouldn't be panicking that much. Now guys, if you're stopping by to this channel for the first time, please like, share, and subscribe. Now, this is not necessarily a political channel, but one thing we can agree on is that politics, economics, finances, they go hand in hand. They're basically the same thing. And I'm not necessarily a big Trump supporter, but I give credit where credit is due. And one thing Trump did when he was president was A, call out America. Well, two things. A, call out America, and B, called out fake news. Now, pardon me. A, called out China, and B, called out fake news. Now, if some of you watching this are of Chinese descent, I do business with some of you guys, some of you few are my friends. All I'm doing is talking about what's going on. The Chinese people that are in my circle are good people, have nothing but love for you guys, so this is not Asian hate, anything like that. So I'm not here to offend. And if you do have a problem with what I have to say, then by all means, go kick rocks. So with that disclaimer being said, let's jump into China. As mentioned before, right, in one of my previous videos, everything is going digital, right? Every single thing, cars, even our money, just everything is digital. One thing that is going digital are wars. Wars are going to be stopped being fought physically. If we look at what's going on, wars are becoming digital. And this is where we call the war against China. Now, China and America have been head to head about the whole superpower thing. And China is really, China is really showing its gangster right now by creating FUD in the media. Now, you look at this. Over the last few weeks, a few things resurfaced. The Evergrande crisis, the ban on Bitcoin, right? Alibaba stopped selling crypto mining not documents, crypto mining stuff, or rigs, there we go. Things like that. And these news are nothing new. Now, one of the news that really baffles my mind is the ban China put on Bitcoin. And a lot of investors right now are panicking and are selling their Bitcoin, selling their crypto. And that really baffles my mind because one of the articles that came out is that China is worried about how the mining of crypto is polluting the country. Now, don't take this the wrong way. There are 195 countries. Yet China is the number 14th most polluted country in the world. There's so many industrials and factories and everything like that polluting China. Then you're telling me all of a sudden they're worried about Bitcoin and its pollution. It makes absolutely no sense to me. And when I did further research, what China is really doing is putting together their own digital currency. So it is just evident now that digitalization of money is becoming real as we know it. China is not banning this as a means of locking down on fraud, or as they claim in the news, or banning it for the environment or environmental factors. It is simply because they want control. They want to control its people. And when I see stuff like that, I'm like, are you kidding me? Now, this news is nothing new. Since 2013, China has been banning Bitcoin. It's something that keeps being resurfaced over and over and over again. 2017, the news came out that they're locking down crypto again. Even the Evergrande crisis. These news were out many, many months ago. But because they want a hand on the economy, it's being repopulated. Now, a wise man once said, he who controls information controls the people. Now, you have and this goes to fake news now. All these news outlets are coming out talking about this is the end of the market and how we know it. And I'm like, really? Trump once said that, and he was talking about Jeff Bezos, a rich guy owns the Wall Street Journal, and they could make up whatever they want. And that is exactly what they are doing. Because the news, the short-term news, controls the economy as we know it. They're injecting fears, and it's very manipulative, and it's very disgusting. Because you know what? The average person are hardworking. They're trying to they don't have this kind of information and this kind of knowledge. And it is messing with their 401k. It's messing with their pension. And although this is the greatest economy in the world, and yes, it's going to bounce back bigger than ever because this is the biggest consumer nation in the world. It has to get bailed out no matter what. It is still very disgusting of how people at the top manipulate information to create fear so that they can now come in and buy back in at a lower price. And that's what's been happening for years. This is nothing new. Articles are coming out talking about buy this stock because it's going to be, nobody knows what a stock is really going to do in the short term. Not even Jesus Christ knows, right? It's in the Wolf of Wall Street, the guy, he forgot, whatever, blah, blah, blah. That was a badass scene, by the way. But this is the reality of what's going on. So my message to people is this. Understand the fundamentals of what's taking place. Understand what's really going on. Do your research. Because you know what? Everything is going to work out. Everything is going to be fine. As I mentioned before, if you don't believe in something, now is the time to believe in something. Because the market, it does look ugly. It does look bad. But one thing that we know in the American economy is that the stock market comes back 100% every time. Is it going to crash again? Absolutely. Is it going to bounce back? Bigger than ever. Cryptocurrency now has shown how valuable it is during this time. And big institutions are now buying crypto. Countries are creating their own crypto. it is just phenomenal after 12 years of, people are starting to accept this thing. And it took me a while too because I didn't understand the fundamentals of it, and I finally do. So is Bitcoin the future? I don't know. But is cryptocurrency the future? Absolutely. So, as I said, in these times, don't be too fearful. It's annoying, but stay strong and everything is going to bounce back. Everything is going to work out. So guys, remember, like, share, subscribe, and take care. Bye-bye.